Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Hey everybody. Well, I'm doing this quick video to tell you what happened on our flights. I've been in bed all day with vertigo, which sometimes happens when I fly, but also an unbelievable headache. One of my girlfriends had to take me to I call it a doc in a box. It's an urgent care to get some medication. I've been sleeping all day. And I woke up, and while my headache is somewhat better, I'm still unbelievably dizzy. I'm sure it'll wear off in a day or two. Until then, I just got to try to suck it up. But I wanted to give you guys an update how I ended up this way and what all went on with my flights with United. We flew United. So let's just cover it really quick, okay? Let's go. So we got to the plane, and as you can see, I took this picture outside. It was kind of a small plane. Now going, we only changed planes once. We flew from our destination to Chicago and then Chicago to Hawaii. All right, so when we got to Chicago Airport, I just had to show this picture. They have this dinosaur and there's a mask on it. So we go to get on the plane, and it's what they call a Dreamliner. So each of us had our own little, like, I don't want to say room, but like area, and compartments to put your purse in and your own monitor. And it was really nice. The seatbelts were unusual. I've never seen seatbelts like that on an airplane. They were like a 3-point, like a car seatbelt. I really love the center section that went up and down so I could block out my husband. Watch this. Now there was a divider here which my husband dropped so we could actually touch, but look at this. Oh yeah, put it back up, honey. I need my space. Got all of this. Tons of leg room. Apparently the seats pull down flat. I have a cubby here for my purse. Digging that music, man. Oh wow. Interesting. The food was amazing. The monitor was nice. We arrived safe and sound. Everything was great. I'd also like to add that the staff going over, our stewardesses were very personable, amiable, easy to talk to. It was a fabulous flight. We had a great trip, and after a week it was time to go home. August thing must come to an end. So we arrived in the Honolulu airport. We went to the first class line. The economy line was ridiculous, but first class line, look at this. So there is the economy section, and this is Premier Access. So we're standing here, and there's nobody here. And this is supposed to be first class. First. Very disappointing. No, I'm not trying to be a snob, but my husband paid a ton of money for these tickets, and I think this is part of the experience, if that makes any sense. We'd already checked in online. We just needed somebody to tag our bags. There was a lovely lady there who showed us how to print out our own bag tags. She tagged them and took them away. I was a little disappointed. She said they were short-staffed, but the next bit of staff was coming out. But 15 minutes later, I took the following video. Watch this. One more video because it's like 10 minutes later. She said they were in between shifts, and that's why they were short-staffed. But as you can see, Premier Access has nobody there. Wow. Now this next bit, I cannot blame on United. This was Hawaiian Airport. All the TSA checkpoints were closed, security, except for one area with a line you would not believe. Watch this. Wow. No separate line for first or business class like there would be in another airport. But pretty bad. Now, hubby knew we had multiple layovers and there were multiple things going on, and so he had the foresight to pay to put us into the United lounges while we were waiting in between planes, and the lounge in Hawaii was lovely. All right, then we get to the gate, and it was mass pandemonium. It was like nobody knew where to stand. Nobody knew what was going on. I
I've never seen such, I don't know. Just watch this. So we got on our first flight from Hawaii to San Francisco. Now, I'm not going to say the staff was, I don't know how to pronounce, I mean, they came by, they brought us the food, they got our orders, but other than that, if I needed something, I had to get up and go ask. They were not nearly as amiable and attentive as the staff going to Hawaii. I mean, that was obvious, very obvious. So we're feeling okay, we're doing okay, and we arrived in San Francisco where we had another layover and we went again into the lounge. So after arriving in San Francisco, we went into the lounge. Again, the food was great. Now, we had one issue at both lounges and that they couldn't find us. Both times they had to look us up. They weren't showing we were supposed to be there even though we had paid for it. So the young lady in San Francisco says, listen, I'm going to print out these receipts. So when you get to Chicago, you can just show them to her so it proves that you paid and you don't have to worry about it. You can get right in. So, which I thought was very nice. She gave them to us and off we went to the next flight to head to Chicago. Next flight now, again, we're riding backwards. And as you can see, I'm starting to not feel so good. The plane was freezing cold. My head started to hurt. I was having dizziness. It just was not that pleasant. So we get to Chicago and we go to the club, and I hand the woman the receipts, and she literally looks at me and says, "What am I supposed to do with these?" I was like, "Excuse me?" I explained the entire situation to her and why I had the receipts. She informed me I had not paid for that club. I informed her I had, or we had paid all the way through per my husband. She wasn't going to let us in, so we left and we went up to a United counter. There was a help counter. And that was when I found out, it was interesting what the woman told us. First of all, they were extremely helpful at the counter. So she said a couple of things. One thing she said was that, yes, we had paid to go all the way through, but there was a mistake, I don't know, and somehow it was done. Then she said that actually, if we had only paid for two places, two of the three lounges, then we had overpaid, and that if we called up, they were going to refund the money to us, which I thought was generous. I'll let you guys know if that happens. And with that, they assigned electronic travel certificates to my husband and myself worth $50 each and gave us food vouchers so we could eat, which I thought was very nice of them. Then we went to get on the next plane only to find that something was wrong with our plane and we were delayed. So we got home like an hour and a half late, but we eventually made it home. So obviously the trip out was 10 times better than the trip in. On the upside, they had our luggage. On the upside, they had wonderful customer service people to try to explain what was going on, why we couldn't get into the club. On the downside, the woman in the club in Chicago, I can't remember her name, but it begins with an R, dark hair, glasses, and an accent, was very rude and flippant and does not well represent the airline. A lot of you were asking how Finn was doing. Well, we picked him up, and I snapped this picture and took a little video. He was very happy to see us. Watch this. You happy we home, Finn? Are you happy? Oh, somebody's happy. Stretch those legs. Yes. So that was my United Airlines experience. We're supposed to go to Europe next year. Now, with this going on, I'm actually rethinking a vacation because I would prefer not to do this again. They gave me shots this morning. I'm on nausea medicine. I'm sipping water. And so far today, I've had 2 slices of apple and 1 piece of toast. Because I'm afraid if I put anything in, it's going to come back. I would prefer not to do that. I know I'm supposed to be on some shows this week. Headache or not, I'm going to make it. I'm going to reach out to everybody. I'm going to do everything I need to do. I may be running a little slow, but I'm going to get there, people. So that was our United experience. Now, October 1st, the Patreon opens up, and we're going to cover the whole flight, first day in Hawaii, and maybe even the second and third day. We did a lot, but I didn't make it to the Pearl Harbor Memorial. That's a story all in itself, and it wasn't our fault. Okay,
Leave your comments below. I'll see if I'm able to get another video out in a day or two. I just would like this to stop now with my head. All right, you guys have a great day.